Weekend, especially weather-wise.
And the weather is going to be perfect. It'll be a little bit on the warmer side during the day, but very pleasant otherwise. Plenty of sunshine. Maybe if you're going to be outside for a long period, have that sunscreen. Sun angle is still high enough to give you a little bit of a burn. At the moment, beautiful outside looking toward the French Quarter and the riverfront. 78-degree current reading, dew point 55. Dew points have been kind of 40s, 50s, and low 60s, and they dropped low enough early this morning to once again allow, I was kind of surprised to see widespread 40s on the North Shore. The dew points were able to drop enough to allow for kind of a chilly night last night and really more so earlier this morning. Now today's high was 81, so we are running above the average high, but our morning lows have been running below average. And we'll keep our cool mornings in place for maybe a little while longer, but gradually those dew point values, the humidity is on the rise. 70s outside at the moment, maybe a few locations still at around 80, 81 degrees. And the dew points, again, this has been a very comfortable air mass, maybe not as dry as it was, but certainly still very comfortable. We've kind of lost that fall chill that we had last weekend and even earlier last week and earlier this weekend. Although 40s on the North Shore was still chilly, we kind of quickly warmed during the afternoon, and very light winds generally out of the north and northeast. What we have right now in the upper atmosphere, disturbance moving to our west, or from the west to the east up to our north. What we have really in place over us is an upper high, but also a pattern that has allowed for a little bit more passing cloud cover. That's why we kept some clouds around during the course of the day, mainly the high thin cirrus. They may be with us for the next few hours and then gradually diminishing as we get through the overnight. So mostly clear skies tonight, a lot of sunshine during the day tomorrow, very pleasant weather and mostly sunny for the rest of the week and heading into the weekend. Now fast forwarding a bit to Saturday. We're going to see a front just up to our north, not really impacting us for most of the weekend, but as that front kind of gets nearby, not really going to do anything for us weather-wise with regards to temperatures or humidity, but maybe enough to help trigger a few isolated showers as we get more toward Monday and Tuesday. Now, I'd mentioned this yesterday. When you're kind of in a drought, it tends to be something that has to be a little bit more of a organized system to really increase rain chances. So at the moment, I'll keep us at a maybe 10% chance. It's more of a just, we might see an isolated shower, but better chances that we don't see anything at all. And also with that front on the way for the end of the weekend, early next week, no real cold air with it. We're watching the upper pattern. The coldest of the air mass is still up to our north, and there really are no signs of that dropping very far south through the weekend. As we head further into next week, we finally start to see some colder air coming out of western and central Canada. The problem is, at least the way the models are setting up right now, that colder air would stay to our north. Not to say we are going to be warm all week and going into next week long, but the high likelihood is that temperatures will remain above normal through the next 7 to 10 days, which means we'll probably be a little bit on the milder side for Halloween as opposed to kind of what we had last year with a little bit of a chill. Out in the tropics, Oscar is no longer a named storm, so there is nothing out there right now and nothing expected in the next 7 days. After that, models have been picking up on maybe something trying to form in the Caribbean or near the Bahamas, kind of in the end of October, start of November. At that point, we've already started to get more of the upper energy, those upper troughs and cold fronts, and so that again has kind of put an end to our season. None of the models indicating any kind of threat to the western, northern, or central Gulf of Mexico. And once we get into November, that is basically it for our hurricane season. 80s over the next several days. Morning still have a little bit of a chill to the air, but we're starting to kind of gradually lose that fall feel as we head further into the 80s this weekend, and then again maybe an isolated shower early next week.